Hello and welcome to my channel. For this video I'm doing something very different. I have ransacked my shelf looking for some of my favourite model kits, dioramas and vignettes. I picked out 22 of them and here they are in no particular order. Starting at number 22 is the Nomad Cyber Car. This is a resin 3D printed kit from Cell Miniatures and it's designed very much in the vein of Mad Max. I kept the base nice and simple, just going for the tarmac texture. Next up, number 21. This is a vintage Helicon Aliens kit. And for this one I managed to alter its posture with a heat gun and then repainted it so it looked a little bit less cartoony. The proportions may be off by today's standards, but back in the day this was one of the few Aliens kits you could get your hands on. And on number 20 we have the model Stegosaurus, along with the custom made base. I actually had two of these kits, so I gave the other one to my friend at Nerding for Fun Props, and we weren't allowed to reveal what each other have done until the videos have been published. And at number 19 we have the creepy Coupe, and this is a remold from a very old kit, and it is specifically designed for children. So basically I had to alter the colours to match those of the TV show as closely as I could. And moving on to number 18. This is Gizmo in his Barbie car at the end of the first film. And this is a resin kit from CT 3DP Miniatures. And the hardest part of this kit was free painting all the dark pink lines. And moving on to number 17, we have Darkness. And this is a character played by Tim Curry in the movie Legend. This is a PLA print from Wazzy Shop. To enhance this bust further, I draped it in a black cloth and frayed the edges. And moving on to number 16, we have Flying Grommet from the vintage Airfix kit. And this is from the animated short A Close Shave. Surprisingly I was still able to use a lot of the original paint that came with this kit. And one day I will get around to painting the sidecar with Wallace. Number 15, here we have the Giant Ape from WizKids. And for this I also created a rocket base full of skulls and big cats, as I was basically trying to show off a sense of scale. Next up, number 14. This is a resin kit from the Giblet, and this is one of the spaceships from Batteries Not Included. And I also created a broken mosaic base, plus I created a battery which also wasn't included. Unlucky for some, number 13. This is a plastic model kit all the way from China. I don't know what plastic they use, but it didn't like being glued together. But at least the sculpt is very nice, and you can see it's based off the classic Alien movie. Moving on to number 12. This is a resin kit, and it's the first one I ever bought from the Giblets. As a nice little touch, the treads are actually rubber, which makes it much easier to assemble around these awkward parts. And as you've already noticed, this is Johnny 5 from the movie Short Circuit. Or the one, number 11. We have the Spindrift model kit from the vintage TV series Land of the Giants. This kit was produced by Mobius Models, and despite some problems with the interior designs of this kit, I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. And now on to number 10. I haven't included many miniatures with this selection, but I really like the base that came with this one. This is Dutch from the movie Predator. This is a resin model from the Painted Model Shop. I went the extra mile with this one and added some resin water to the base to create a muddy texture. We're now onto the single figures with number 9. This is the Orc Desert Raider from Grommet, and this is a resin kit. The crushed barrels are also resin from another supplier, but the base is completely scratch built and I wanted to make it look like the Orcs had made it. Moving on to number 8. This next one is a PLA printed model from Kite Bash Models, and it's all the APC from the Alien movies. It took a while to get to those layer lines, but once I did, I decided to paint it a different colour scheme. I went for military grey, and for the base I created a rocket alien landscape out of milliput. Moving on to number 7. These guys are printed in resin from Phalanx Printing UK. Each Predator was supposed to have its own separate base, but instead I decided to create my own little vignette and tell its own little story. I even went through the painstaking process of dotting on each and every freckle. And now we're on to number 6. And this is where we go back to the future, part 3. This kit is from a Japanese model company called Ashima. I decided to scrap build this railway track to display the car on. We're getting near the end now and moving on to number 5. And this is my Skeleton Army diorama. These figures are resin printed from Inspire Miniatures. The diorama I made from scratch, and I even added a couple of resin made streams. Number 4. This is for all the Harryhausen fans out there. This is a fairly new kit from X Plus, and it's got loads of detail. And it's a pretty accurate representation to what we see in the 7th Voyage of Sinbad. And now, moving on to number 3. And this is great for any Thunderbird fans. This is a vintage Japanese kit called the Mole, and it's one of the rescue vehicles. I decided to create a little earthly base for it to sit on, and this kit was donated to my father, who is a massive Thunderbirds fan. Lucky dad. And number 2. This is the giant Terrace from Dungeons and Lasers. It's so huge that it will barely fit in my lightbox. I love the colour scheme that I came up with for this, and it's always nice to have such a large model to act as your centrepiece. That's it, we're finally here. Number 1. This is a resin print from the SJE miniature store, and it's RoboCop. I really wanted to get gritty with this and pay homage to the junkyard scene in the first movie, and I did that by making a water-covered base full of stones and rusted metal. And there you have it, 22 models picked randomly off my shelf, and all of them assembled and painted on this channel. So go and check out those videos. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.